Today, we're going to talk about something that can totally change how you face, well, pretty much everything. We're diving into what it takes to build an unstoppable warrior mindset.
But let me start by asking you a question. Just think about it for a second. When you're chasing a goal, doesn't matter if it's at work, at the gym, wherever, who is your number one competitor?
The answer probably isn't who you think it is. It's not that coworker, it's not another company. The toughest, most challenging opponent you will ever face is looking back at you in the mirror. And that's the big idea we're digging into today.
So let's get right to it. What even is this warrior mindset? What are we actually talking about here? Well, at its core, it's all about becoming more determined, more focused, and way more resilient.
A warrior mindset is basically a mental state where you're just locked in. It's about staying cool when everything around you is chaos. And here's the really important part. It's about finding strength in the struggle itself. See, this isn't about fighting battles out there. It's about winning the war inside your own head.
And believe me, the rewards for doing this are huge. You start bouncing back from failure faster. You get this almost laser-like focus. You develop the mental toughness to handle insane amounts of pressure. And all of that builds a real, deep confidence that you can handle whatever life decides to throw your way.
Which, of course, brings us right back to that first idea. If you are your only real competitor, that means the most important battles you'll ever fight are the ones happening inside.
So, let's put a name to these enemies, right? Your true opponents aren't other people. They're these internal forces holding you back. Things we all know too well: procrastination, that constant negative self-talk, and that quiet, nagging voice of self-doubt.
Let's zero in on the biggest one, the one that's like a silent killer of dreams for so many people: procrastination. A warrior acts. They don't sit around waiting for the perfect moment because they know it's a myth. They make this moment the right one by taking action.
And get this, the scale of this problem is staggering. Studies show that a full 20%, 1 in 5 adults, are chronic procrastinators. But here's the real insight. We don't procrastinate because we're lazy. We do it to avoid tough feelings, like the fear of failing or the fear of not being good enough. It's an emotional fight, not just a time management issue.
And that fear rarely shows up alone. Think of procrastination as the ringleader of a whole crew of internal saboteurs. An unhealthy lifestyle just drains your mental battery. A lack of motivation is like trying to drive with an empty gas tank. Negative thinking poisons your own story, and bad habits are constantly chipping away at the discipline you're trying so hard to build.
Okay, so we've identified the enemy. Now, how do we fight back? This is where things get really practical. Think of this as your personal training manual, a simple, step-by-step guide to building that warrior mindset for yourself.
All right, here it is, your 5-step battle plan. Let's walk through it. 1. Set clear goals. You have to have a target to aim for. 2. Embrace discomfort. You have to lean into it because that is the only place real growth happens. 3. Build mental toughness by doing hard things on purpose consistently. 4. Focus only on what you can actually control, your actions and your attitude. Let the rest of it go. And finally, number 5, and this is the big one, stay consistent. Just show up every single day.
All of this training, all this work, it all boils down to a fundamental choice. In every situation, every single setback, you have a decision to make. Are you going to approach this with the mindset of a warrior or the mindset of a victim? And make no mistake, it is always your choice. And this table just lays it out so clearly. The warrior takes responsibility. The victim points fingers and blames others. The warrior sees a challenge and finds an opportunity. The victim only sees a threat. A warrior looks for solutions, learns from mistakes, and practices discipline. The victim mindset, it does the exact opposite. It's that simple. Which side of this chart do you want to live on?
And that really brings us to the most important takeaway here. When all is said and done, your success isn't going to be defined by your circumstances. It won't be your boss or the economy or anything else out there. It's going to be determined by the strength of your mindset. That is the one and only thing you have complete and total control over. So, you've got the what, the why, and the how. The training manual is officially in your hands. The only real question left is, what's your first move?